We are live, gentlemen. You guys are ready. Shakas all around.
Ready to
ladies
go.
And gentlemen.
Yeah.
Or not just gentlemen.
Well.
Ladies and gentlemen. All right. Hey, we are here at the 2023 Think Conference here put on by the fine folks at Co-op Solutions. And look who we have in the studio lounge. Two fine gentlemen who are representing the credit union industry. Right over there, we have Mr. Mark Meyer from Filene Research Institute. Mark, how are you, sir?
I'm doing bomb dig.
Good. Glad to have you here. And then
Great to be
right
here.
next to me, we have Mr. Nick Coleman from Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. Nick, how are you?
It's a mouthful, but you got it. I'm great.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's all up here. Somehow it makes it out. Sometimes not all of it, but it gets out there somehow. But anyway, hey, how's the conference going for you guys? Mark, I'll let you go first.
It's it's great to gather again.
Yes, it is.
There's all the good work of what Co-op does, and there's also the network opportunity, and it is just great to see faces and individuals who we haven't connected in a couple of years. So a lot of energy and payments at the center. A lot happening with the payment space.
No doubt.
So.
No doubt, sir. And we'll get a little bit of that here in a second. But Nick, how about you?
Great.
You're across the lobby foyer.
I see the CU for Kids booth from here. No, it's been. I think the industry knows that Co-op Solutions is a crucial part of what makes the Credit Unions for Kids program so successful. But this conference, I think, is a great representation of what happens all year. We've had a couple of different fundraisers throughout the week. We have a CU for Kids celebration on main stage tomorrow. We're actually selling these rubber ducks here. We're selling them. We're gonna do a lazy duck race down the Lazy River tomorrow, and they're all different kinds of ducks. In fact, Mark, this one, I know this isn't something you're very familiar with. This duck's reading.
I think that's awesome.
So that's
a little research.
Yeah, it's a little
research.
That's what you might be a little bit familiar with. Yeah.
I like the Mohawk duck.
Yeah, I know.
I think he's got a lot going for him these days.
You're supposed to rock the hairstyle of what duck you have. So if you buy it,
I'm definitely trending towards the bald one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun tomorrow. I
It will
bought
be.
3 ducks, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I got 3 horses in the race, so to speak.
There you go.
3 ducks in the race.
Good luck.
So, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, all right. The topic at hand, ladies or gentlemen, here is how Children's Miracle Network Hospitals is helping break the debt cycle. So this is something very interesting and very timely as well, guys. So, and you guys are doing a session on this as well. Is that tomorrow? So,
We actually did it. Yeah.
Oh, you already did it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Alrighty then. So
That's okay.
share with me how that went. Mark, I'll let you go first. Share some highlights.
Well, the key piece is when you're looking at the opportunities for financial wellness.
Yeah.
There's a high correlation with physical wellness and health. And when you find a situation where somebody encounters a health challenge, their finances actually suffer as well. And what credit unions can do when you really look at the fundamentals of what credit unions can do to help with this. Number one is to just start at home and help their employees. Offer good health insurance as an employer, and making sure they're safe. And the second piece is really asking members kind of what some of their challenges are around their health, medical needs and health insurance needs, and finding product services that might support that. There could be a real opportunity with that, and some of that is partnerships. Looking at partnerships like Children's Miracle Network Hospitals and their foundation, who are catalysts for finding ways to help mitigate some of the challenges, especially with sick children, and how that detrimental health impact also impacts the families and their finances.
Isn't that one of the highest reasons for bankruptcy? Is medical debt? It's number one.
Number one reason. Medical expenses, number one reason.
So what's the Children's Miracle Network Hospitals Network? What are you guys doing in this area? Obviously partnering up with Filene and getting this word out there.
Well, yeah, exactly. And we're really obviously proud to partner with Filene. I also have to thank you to Filene for the partnership and this project, but thank you to Mark as an individual for doing a lot to represent and champion CU for Kids. This coming year, he's going to be co-chairing our famous wine auction out in Southern California. So I wanted to get that out there.
Thank you.
Hey,
bring your checkbook. We're going to break $2 million.
All right. We'll
hey, you heard it from him, by the way. And this is on video live. We're not editing this out. I love the motivation behind it was because we believed, I should say at least, at CMN Hospitals that financial and physical wellness were completely related. We knew some of those high-level statistics, but we also knew that we wanted to understand it much better, and we knew that Filene was the best organization to help us do that. So our motivation was to prove the belief that we had, prove the assumption we have, and now next we're going to work to be able to showcase to the industry how Children's Miracle Network Hospitals is on the front lines helping communities, because we have the research now. How do we prove our solution? And what we found just really early on so far is that children's hospitals are doing a lot of unique, untraditional things that you might expect a children's hospital to be doing for their community. Things like they're on the front lines of building community partnerships to address food insecurity, to address affordable housing, to address job development and training, and work with school systems. So children's hospitals are such a focal point of every single community, not just because of the healthcare they provide, but because of all the community partnerships they provide as a whole. And those are part of what credit union fundraising goes to support.
Yeah, and I think your organization is right on the front lines of this as well. I mean, what an opportune place for you guys to be to really tackle this.
Exactly. Because our Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, our model is to be able to provide fundraising to hospitals unrestricted, so that we allow hospitals to identify the greatest need they have, whether it might be research or equipment, but it also might be community programs or things like that. Totally.
Yeah. I mean, this is like those why not think of that type of thing?
Yeah.
So gosh. All right. Hey, Mark, from your perspective, what were some of the most interesting findings, and why should credit unions pay attention to this?
So number one, credit unions in aggregate in the last year gave over $22.5 million to support Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Where does that money go? We talk a lot about the notion of medical bankruptcy and how that really, when you talk about the financial wellness, the physical wellness, all this great correlation between credit unions and their mission and what CMN does. This notion of 13% of that 22 million goes directly towards charitable medical procedures that actually offset the cost for those families. 25% of that money goes for the overall wellness of those families in that situation. You heard Nick talk about housing, other offsets. And then another 24% actually is for those breakthrough, I'll call it R&D, innovative procedures that are changing and saving children's lives. That's just a little bit that fascinates me. I think, also something that really gives you pause is 50% of us, even with medical insurance due to the rising cost for out-of-pocket, are avoiding medical procedures. 40% of us are skipping. So 50% avoiding procedures or appointments, 40% skipping medications. And then you've got 10% of those of our population that are trading off bills, utility bills and food to pay medical debt. And so this is a real issue, and I think credit unions sit right at the center at helping.
They are poised for sure to really take on this for sure. Yeah,
absolutely.
With you guys backing it for sure. Yeah. So we probably all know someone who has experienced serious financial hardship from a medical emergency. I know I do. What role can credit unions play in helping members prepare for and respond to such an emergency? Mark, I'll stick with you on this.
It's back to my opening comments when you kind of talk about how can we help and what can we do. Number one, listen to the members, what's happening, offer some product, services, financial planning for medical, and some sort of product or service that maybe could offset that. And I'll come back to the one that we've got partners, and really reaching out to the partners to help. And you look at Children's Miracle Network and what we can do in that partnership, it's a big darn deal.
Right. Yeah, because obviously credit unions are doing a tremendous job in giving to your organization.
Absolutely.
But there's more that they can do, obviously, and really stepping up and helping out their members. I mean, who knows how many members this affects? Probably a very large percentage, I would imagine. So,
absolutely.
So I mean, what are you seeing?
In terms of what credit unions can be doing, well, of course, there's a ton that you can be doing when it comes to actually how can you support credit unions for kids effectively, and so that children's hospitals can meet these needs and can provide healthcare, not just advanced healthcare, but also affordable healthcare. There's two things I want to highlight at this point in time. One is actually, and it's really fitting being at Co-op's conference at this right now, is that we've seen some success from a few credit unions that have added $1 to their ATM transaction fee for when a non-member makes a withdrawal. It's been super easy. What we've heard from them is it's very easy. It has not affected the transaction volume that they've seen, so they haven't lost revenue, but it's resulted in a ton of money being raised. And so that's something I'd encourage credit unions to explore with your ATM providers. The second thing would be to build a relationship with your local hospital representatives and identify what unique events and initiatives they host locally, because it'd be a really simple way for credit unions to sponsor a local event, but it's also a great way for credit unions to build their brand and build awareness within their community and to attract new members and to build consideration. That's a big thing in the industry. So those are two things I'd recommend.
Yeah, talk about a value add to the community. I mean, that's such a no-brainer for a credit union to do. So,
absolutely.
Anything else? Any takeaway? What's the big takeaway you guys wanted to provide your audience today from your session?
I guess I'd say continue to support. Thank you first off for supporting Credit Unions for Kids. We've referenced a lot of money being raised, a lot more money to be raised next year at the wine auction. But I got to say, last year we set a fundraising record. We came back after a couple of turbulent years during the pandemic, so it's been really impressive to see credit unions continue to be passionate and continue to be dedicated and continue to be generous. So thank you. And please contact me or reach out to cuforkids.org if you want to be learn more, be in touch with your local children's hospital rep.
Put that contact information.
Yes, thank you.
So
Appreciate it.
click on it and get right to it. So,
Thanks,
Mark,
Mike.
I'll let you wrap it up.
I would simply say the correlation between financial wellness and physical wellness is very cohesive. And credit unions have the opportunity, it's right in their center lane of their value proposition, to engage on the somewhat controversial topic of the state of our healthcare system. And we and our families are hurting. We as employers are struggling how to deal with it. We've got friends who are struggling, and to not ignore the debate, and also not to reinvent what needs to be done, and look for great partners like Children's Miracle Network to help solve these problems.
All set. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us for a few minutes on a very important topic. Always appreciate it, and appreciate the work that both you and your organizations do. So keep it up, man. Keep pushing that proverbial envelope. All righty, guys.
Yes.
All right. Thanks
Well
so much.
done.
Appreciate it. Thank you,
There they
everyone.
are. Rock stars. Well done, lads.
Mike, I can send you those research reports if that's helpful,
That would
and
be
some of the
Link into
slides.
it. Yeah, that's a good idea.